We're ready. Good morning. Welcome to Heart Yoga. My name is Liz, and I'm the mom half of Heart Yoga. Katie is still gone for training for her job, but we do have her daughter, my granddaughter, Olivia, helping us today. Yay. And what else? We're recording on YouTube, so that if you'd like to do this class again or one of the other classes that are recorded throughout the week, you can. And our focus pose this week is, or this month, the whole month, is camel. And our philosophy is having an open heart and being grateful. And our breathing exercise is just breathing together. And we have a few things to tell you about yoga if you're new with us, practicing with us. And that is, if you experience pain of any kind, or you become dizzy or lightheaded, stop what you're doing. If you're practicing in the chair, sit back comfortably. If you're practicing on the mat, you can go into a pose we call child's pose. Olivia is demonstrating. Knees can be together or knees apart. Or if you're practicing on the mat and you just want to roll on your side or lay on your back, you can do that. And when you're ready, you can resume your practice. Props, 2 blocks if you have them, or a couple of books, or maybe 2 cans of food. Blocks help the earth get closer to us, and possibly a blanket as a prop or a towel that you can comfort the sit bones or the knees if you need it. Now, if you're practicing in the chair with us today, we would like you to have a chair with no armrests and no wheels, and that you practice on a non-skid surface. And you can put a mat underneath your chair if you wish, like I have done. However, if you choose to do that, be mindful that it's there if you want to stand up, okay? Also, you can practice with your shoes on or your shoes off. Totally up to you. Even if we're doing toe exercises, you can probably do it inside your little shoes, okay? Now, Katie and I designed our class for all beginners, whatever level you're at, whether you want to start in the chair or you want to start in the mat or on the mat. And our wish for you is that if you start in the chair, maybe you can progress to the mat. And if you start with our mat class, maybe you can move on to a more intermediate mat class. So that's why we designed our class for beginners of all levels, meeting you where your body is, because yoga really is for everybody and every body type there is. There's a modification for every single pose that we do, and hopefully we will be offering that. So listen to the cueing. And now, if you're practicing with us and you're practicing on the mat, we do what we call comfortable seat. As you can see, Olivia's already set up. For years, we've sat with our spines rounded. In yoga asks that you push that pelvis forward. If you notice, that automatically elongated my spine. Some of us, though, need a little help with that, and that's where we stick the blanket or the towel underneath the sit bones, and we sit to the front edge. This helps the knees be below the hips and keep that spine long. Now, if you're practicing on the mat, your legs crisscross applesauce, as Liv is doing, or you can keep the legs still crossed at the ankle, but maybe a little bit farther out, or straight out from the hip joint is fine, or you could even bring the bottoms of your feet together for butterfly. Any of those are possible. And know that if you become, achy from being in one spot for so long, know that you can change positions. Move those legs out, bring them back in, whatever you need to do. And speaking of achy, the hips get a little achy, you can rock side to side. Something else that we do in yoga is called stacking the joints. So we want to make sure here that Liv's shoulder is over her hip. Her ear is in line with her shoulder. Her chin is parallel to the ground. Now she can choose to close her eyes or have a soft gaze looking down. If closing the eyes is not comfortable, then just have a soft gaze. If you're practicing with us in the chair, we ask that you sit to the front edge of your chair. You can place a block, a pillow, a book behind your back so that if you start to slouch, you're going to bump into the book, the block, or the pillow, and it will remind you to sit up nice and tall. Your legs, if you're practicing in the chair, come straight out from the hip joints. Knees not too close together or too far apart if you can. Feet are flat on the floor. And we stack our joints even in the chair. Knees over ankles, shoulders over hips, ear in line with the shoulder, and my chin is parallel to the floor. Chair students, you also have the choice of closing the eyes or having a soft gaze looking down. Once again, if closing the eyes is uncomfortable, choose the soft gaze. And before we put any movement into our bodies, we're going to ground. Come into the moment, come into right here, right now. So once again, bring their attention to the sit bones. Notice how they push into the mat and the chair. Allow them to be heavy. All your attention on your sit bones. And chair students, bring your attention to your feet. Even if they're inside your shoes, allow them to feel heavy. If you're barefoot, notice the texture underneath your feet. If you're on a mat, is it bumpy? If you're on a floor, is it smooth? Or maybe you're on a rug. Notice the texture underneath your feet. This is how we ground, coming into the moment. Everyone bring their attention to their hips. Allow the hips to feel heavy, like they're going to melt right into the mat, right into the chair, and off the sides of the chair. Heavy, heavy, heavy. Move up the nice tall spine. Let's bring our shoulders up to our ears. And then we're going to roll them back and down. Just let the shoulder blades melt down the back, but keep the nice tall spine. Let's move our head side to side. Noticing if we have tension in the neck. And we'll come back to center. Move the jaw back and forth. Noticing if you have tension in the jaw. Come back to center. See if you can relax your facial muscles. Relax the tongue away from the top of the mouth. And notice what you're feeling, the heaviness of the body. As we relax, come into the moment and get ready for our practice. And to help our mind stay focused on our practice, we give it a job to do, watching the breath. And today we're going to breathe together. And every time we exhale, see if you can sink a little deeper into the chair or the mat, releasing any tension. We're also going to bring our left hand to our heart, our right hand to our low belly. And as we breathe, we're going to notice the gentle fluid movement of the body underneath the hands as we breathe. And before we start this breath exercise, I'd like to ask you to think of something that you're grateful for. I'll give you a moment. And if you're ready, we're all going to breathe together. Left hand on the heart, right hand on the low belly. And we're going to inhale, inflate our low belly, expand our rib cage, and the chest rises. As you exhale, deflate the low belly, the ribs come in, and the chest lowers. Feel heavy. Inhale, inflate the low belly, expand your ribs, chest rises. As you exhale, deflate the low belly, the ribs come in, the chest lowers. Feel heavy. Inhale, inflate the low belly, expand the rib cage, chest rises. As you exhale, deflate your low belly, the ribs come in, the chest lowers, and we feel heavy. Inhale, inflate the low belly, expand the ribs, chest rises. As you exhale, deflate the low belly, ribs come in, belly button to spine if you can, chest lowers. Feel heavy. Inhale, inflate the low belly, expand the rib cage, chest rises. Exhale, deflate the low belly. The ribs come in, pull the belly button to the spine if you can, chest lowers. We'll do it one more time. Inhale, inflate your low belly, expand the ribs, chest rises. As you exhale, deflate the low belly. The ribs come in, belly button to spine if you can, chest lowers. Feel heavy. Remove the hands to the knees. Let your body go back to its natural way of breathing. Everyone's body has their own natural rhythm. Go back to yours. Notice if you feel like you've released any tension or if you feel lighter. Just notice, remembering what you're grateful for. And we'll open our eyes. And we're going to move on to the eyes. Today we'll be doing the thumb exercise. So we'll bring the right arm out in front of us, make a fist, keep the right thumb up. And we're going to move the thumb and keep the body and the head stationary. The only thing that moves is your eyes. We're going to start to move that right thumb up, following with your eyes. When it starts to get out of sight, we're going to bring it off to the side, following with just the eyes. Out to the side and start to bring it down. When it starts to get out of sight, we're going to bring it around and in front, up in front, from where we started. Now we're going to go back the way we came. So we're going to start by bringing the thumb down, watching it only with our eyes. When it starts to get out of sight, we're going to go off to the side. And start to bring it up. When it starts to get out of sight, we're going to bring it around, up above, and then down in front. And then release your hand down, flutter your eyelids, looking center. Maybe the eyes have started to water, perfectly normal. We're going to bring the left arm out in front of us, make a fist, keep that thumb up, following the left thumb with just the eyes. We'll start to move the thumb up. When it starts to come out of sight, we're going to move it off to the side. Go off to the side and then start to move it down. When it starts to get out of sight, we're going to bring it around in front to where we started. And we'll go back the way we came. So lower the thumb, watching only with your eyes. When it gets out of sight, we're going to bring it off to the side. And then start to raise it. When it starts to get hard to see, we're going to bring it around in front and then bring it down in front of us. Remove your hand back to your knees. If you have your glasses on, we're going to bring our palms. You might want to remove the glasses. Bring your palms together. Rub your palms, creating friction, which creates heat. And when you feel like you have created enough nice warmth between your hands, open the eyes really wide. Cover the eyes with your hands. Maybe you feel that nice warmth penetrating the eyes. This is something you can do whenever the eyes get tired throughout the day. A little comfort. Yeah. And if you feel ready, you can remove the hands from the eyes. We're going to move on to our fingers. And last week we did our gently pulling back with the fingers up, but this week we're going to do it with the fingers down. So we're going to bring the right arm out and we're going to put the palm facing away from us and our fingers down. And we're going to start with pinky and just gently pull back. Release. Go over to ring finger and release. Maybe you feel this in your forearm. Move over to tall man and release. Move over to pointer and release. Move over to thumb if you can and release. Go back to thumb and then we'll release and we'll go to pointer and release. Over to tall man and release. Ring finger and release. And then pinky again and we'll release. We're going to do wrist circles. Start in any direction that you like. And then change directions. And you can release the hand down. We'll go on to the other arm and hand. Bring that left arm out. Place your hand so the fingers are pointing down. And we'll start with pinky. Gently pull back. Release. Ring finger. Release. Tall man. Release. Pointer. Release. Move over to thumb if you can. And release. Thumb again. And release. Pointer. And release. Tall man. And release. Ring finger. Release. Pinky. And release. Now we'll do those wrist circles. Any direction you'd like, and then change directions. And bring your hand down to your knees. Now notice the difference. If you were participated in class last week, we did the pulling back with the fingers pointing up, and maybe you noticed a difference by having the fingers pointing down. Maybe you felt it up in the forearm. Just notice. It's the wonder of the body. And we're going to do the opposite wrist stretch. So we're going to move over on the chair or on the mat a little bit to the left so that we can place the top of the right hand on the chair or on the mat right outside of our hip. Yeah. And you can bring the fingers in one at a time if you'd like. I won't cue it. You can just move them if you'd like to. It's a little bit awkward. We're trying to straighten the elbow, but sometimes that's not going to happen. Just notice what you're feeling. And we're going to come out of this very slowly. And I like to do figure 8 with my wrist when I come out. Whatever you choose, figure 8 or circles, do it gently and slowly, because bending the wrist in the direction we just did is something we don't do very often. Okay, come back to center. Put your hand down. We're going to move to the center of the chair or the mat, and then we're going to scooch to the right. And this time it's the left hand, the top, that goes on the mat or the chair outside your hip. Now notice we're trying to straighten the elbow. Maybe this arm straightens and the other one didn't. And if you'd like, you can bring one finger in to your palm at a time, noticing what that feels like. Just do it a couple times. I won't call for it. You can just do it if you'd like to. Yogi's choice. Yeah. Now we're going to come out of this gently and slowly. I prefer figure 8s, but if circles feel better for you, do that. Move slowly and gently. Lots of tiny bones in the wrists. Popping and cracking is normal. And we'll come back to center. Find your comfortable seat on your mat and your chair. We're going to move on to our neck, and we're going to start with some neck circles. Any size circle will do. And just be mindful of when you bring the chin up of the vertebrae in the back of your neck. If raising the chin is not comfortable for you, you can make little circles with your nose. If that doesn't work either or causes you to be dizzy, maybe just look side to side very slowly, okay? For the rest of us who'd like to do neck circles, we're going to inhale when our chin goes up. Exhale when our chin goes down. Popping and cracking, normal. If you'd like to stay and stretch out a sticky or achy spot, do that. Notice what you're feeling as you move the head. Just go one more time. You don't have to go as many times as I do. You can go less times, listening to your body. If you finished your last circle, come back to center and just notice what you feel. And we'll go in the opposite direction. Inhaling when the chin's up. Exhaling when the chin's down. If you have a sticky spot or an achy spot, stay and stretch it out if you'd like. Inhaling when the chin goes up. Exhaling when the chin goes down. One more time around. And we'll come back to center. Notice what you're feeling in your neck. Yeah. And we're going to move on down to our shoulders. And we're just going to roll the shoulder joint forward. And we're going to start with we'll go right, left, and then together. So we're going to take an inhale. And it's just the right shoulder joint's going to roll forward. Inhale, bring it back to center. Exhale, roll the left shoulder joint forward. Inhale, come back to center. Right shoulder joint goes forward with your exhale. Inhale, bring that right shoulder back. Exhale, roll that left one forward. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, roll that right shoulder forward and stay right here. Notice the stretch. Inhale, bring it back to center. Exhale, roll that left shoulder forward. Stay right here, maybe even look down. Notice the stretch. Inhale, that left shoulder back to center. Exhale, sigh. Now, chair students, we're going to open our stance. Mat students, stay where you are. It's going to be a little bit deeper stretch. So we're going to take an inhale. And as we exhale, it's the right shoulder goes toward the left knee. Look down. Inhale, bring that back to center. And exhale, it's the left shoulder toward the right knee. And we look down. Inhale, bring that left shoulder back. And exhale, the right shoulder comes toward the left knee. Inhale, bring that right shoulder back. And exhale, the left shoulder goes toward the right knee. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, right shoulder toward left knee. Stay right there, look down. Notice the stretch in the low back and the side body. And we'll inhale, bring that shoulder back in. And exhale, roll that left shoulder toward the right knee. Stay right here. And then we're going to inhale, bring that shoulder back to center. Exhale, sigh. We're going to bring our hands behind our back, point our fingers away from our body. Chair students, if you'd like to walk your feet in, you can. Okay, our shoulder joints, we're going to open them, rotate them open and back. And we're going to inhale, the heart and chest go up. To exhale, maybe you look up only if it feels comfortable on the neck. Maybe you feel the shoulder blades come together and back. Since we did all that rolling forward, this is a counter pose. Look forward if you're looking up and release those arms and hands and shoulders and roll them out. We're going to do a little bit more shoulder work. So we're going to inhale, arms go forward and up. As you exhale, the right arm's going to go back and the left arm's going to reach, and we're looking forward. Inhale, both arms go up. Exhale, the left arm goes back and the right arm reaches. Inhale, both arms go up. Exhale, the right arm goes back, the left reaches, and we turn and look to the right. Inhale, both arms go forward and up. Exhale, left arm goes back and right arm reaches, and we look to the left. Inhale, both arms go forward and up. Exhale, right arm goes back, left arm reaches. We turn and we look to the right, but maybe we turn and look out over the right shoulder. And inhale, both arms go forward and up. Exhale, the left arm goes back, right arm reaches. We turn and we look to the left, maybe even over the left shoulder. And inhale, those arms go forward and up. Exhale, one last time, right arm goes back, left arm reaches. We turn and we look. And we bring the left hand to the right knee, and we bring the right arm down behind our back. You're in a twist. You can stay just looking to the the right. Or you can turn and look out over the right shoulder. Take 2 breaths here, full and deep into the low belly. And we're going to inhale, arms go forward and up. Exhale, left arm goes back, right arm reaches. We turn and we look. Maybe we look out over the left shoulder. Bring the right hand to the left knee. Left arm goes behind the back for that little kickstand. And maybe we turn and look out over that left shoulder. A twist. Take 2 breaths deep and full into the low belly. And we're going to inhale, arms go forward and up. Exhale, bring the hands together in front of the heart. Let the arms hang. Shake them out, roll out the shoulders, whatever feels comfortable for you. And we're going to do torso rolls. Any size circle will do. Probably your hips and your low back will let you know what size circle will do for you. So we're going to start by leaning to the right, inhaling as we lean forward, lean to the left, and exhale as we lean back. Lean to the right, inhale as we lean forward, lean to the left, and exhale as we lean back. Do 3 more on your own, noticing what you feel as you move. Inhaling when the body leans forward, exhaling when the body leans back. When you've finished your third one, we'll all meet in center. Bring your attention to your hips. Notice what you're feeling there. They feel more awake, maybe more space, maybe more open, lighter. Feel what you feel. Now we're going to go in the opposite direction. So we're going to lean to the left. Inhale as we lean forward. Lean to the right. Exhale as we lean back. Lean left. Inhale as we lean forward. Lean to the right. And exhale as we lean back. 3 more on your own in this direction. Noticing what you feel. Does it feel the same as going in the other direction? Does it feel different? Does it feel different than last week? When you've finished your third circle, we'll all meet in center. Take a moment again to notice what you're feeling. Are the hips feeling even more open? Notice any sensations that you're feeling. Excuse me. Mat students, I need you to remove your blanket if it's under your sit bones and roll over those knees or bring your legs around behind you, finding your tabletop. And we want to align the mat students so shoulders are over the wrists. If you have sensitive wrists, you can use fists for wrists. You can bring your arms out, your hands out a little bit farther in front of you if you have sensitive wrists. If not, the wrists are directly under the shoulders. The hips are over the knees and the feet are directly behind the knees, not too close together or too far apart. That's called tabletop. Now we're going to move to cow and cat. That's the pose we'll be doing. I'm going to be cueing for mat students. So if you're practicing in the chair, when I say inhale, elbows are next to your waist. You can make little fists if you like. When I say inhale, you can start to pull the elbows back. I'll say rotate the shoulders, open it back. So then you open your shoulders, rotate them back. Now you can look forward or you can look up, being mindful of the vertebrae in the neck. Then I'll say exhale, and we're going to start to round our spine, round our shoulders. You can bring your hands to your knees, maybe straighten the arms, bring the chin to the chest. So we're going to try this all together. So we're going to inhale, lift the tailbone, drop the low belly, rotate those shoulders, open it back. We look forward or up. Exhale, drop the tailbone, round the spine, round the shoulders, push into the mat or your knees with your hands, chin comes to chest. Inhale, lift the tailbone, drop the low belly, rotate the shoulders, open it back, we look forward or up. Exhale, drop the tailbone, round the spine, round the shoulders, push into the mat or the knees with the hands, chin to chest. Inhale, lift the tailbone, drop the low belly, rotate the shoulders, open and back. We look forward or up. Exhale, drop the tailbone, round the spine, round the shoulders, push into the mat, your knees with your hands. Chin comes to chest, stay right here. Push firmly into the mat so that your shoulder blades are not sinking. Take notice of the nice stretch that you may be feeling. And we're going to bring our head in line with our neck and our spine. Mat students, you're going to walk your hands back toward your knees and come up to kneeling. For camel, all the way up on your knees. There you go. All the way up. Like that, yeah. Now, if you're practicing on the mat, you can place blocks outside of each ankle. For those of you who are maybe intermediate, and when we do camel, you can reach for the heels or your blocks, whichever works for you. But we wait for Liv to get situated. So we're going to bring their left hand like you're placing it in your back pocket. And you're going to rotate that shoulder open and back so your elbow points toward the back. Now, mat students, you're pushing firmly into the mat with your knees. If you need to comfort them, put a blanket under there. And you're going to push forward with your thighs and your hips. The back bend is in the cervical part of the back, more thoracic and cervical. So we're going to inhale. Our right arm goes forward and up. Right arm.
Which leg is out? Is there any?
None.
Okay.
Yeah. And as you exhale, bend in the thoracic and cervical part. If that feels comfortable for you. Now, mat students, if you want to bring that right arm down behind you, reaching for the block or your heels, you can do that. Here you go. Or even reach for the back of the chair. Chair students. Wherever you are, let your head come forward. Release. And bring the right arm down. Chair students, and place your right hand like you're putting it in your back pocket, and take the left one out. We're going to rotate that shoulder open and back. Your elbow points toward the back of the mat. Push down into the mat with your knees, forward with the thighs and the hips. The bend is in the thoracic and the cervical part of the back. So inhale, your left arm goes up, heart and chest go up, that little back bend. As you exhale, maybe you look up. Maybe, mat student, you can bring your arm down, reach for the heel or the block. And wherever you are, we're going to look forward. Bring that left arm down, and we're going to place the left hand in the pocket again. So both hands are supporting that lower back. Rotate your shoulders open and back, elbows point back. Push into the mat with your knees, thighs, and hips push forward. And we're going to inhale, heart and chest go up. As you exhale, push those shoulder blades together and back. Maybe you look up. Maybe you reach for the heels, if that's in your practice, or the blocks. It's kind of an intermediate pose, but maybe we have some practitioners with us. Wherever you are, gently start to look forward. Bring your hands around to the front of your hips. Start to slide your hands down your legs, just gently and slowly rounding the back. You can sit back on your heels like Liv is doing, but then we're going to inhale, tuck your chin to your chest and come back up. And once again, slide those hands down the thighs and legs, reaching a little bit farther in front of you for the mat. Maybe this time, chair students, your hands find your feet by the blocks, by the mat. Tuck your chin to your chest and come up one more time, very slowly. And bring the head in line with the neck and the spine. And just notice what you're feeling. We have to be very gentle on the spine when we do camel. Yeah. And we'll, mat students, find your table top. Tuck your toes. Lift your hips up and back. And start to walk your feet up to meet your hands. Hang heavy. Tuck your chin to your chest. Come up one vertebrae at a time. We'll do a couple of half sun salutations. And we're just going to inhale, arms go out and up. Our palms come together above our head. We're going to exhale, hinge at the hips. We're folding forward. Now you can reach for blocks or the mat, even chair students. Let that head hang heavy, being mindful of the head going below the heart. If that does not work for you, do not do it. Inhale, come up to a flat back. Flat back means your head stays in line with your neck and your spine. Exhale, fold it back in. Tuck your chin to your chest and come up one vertebrae at a time. You can even place your hands on your thighs to help push yourself up. We're going to do that again. Inhale, arms go out and up. Palms come together above our head. We're going to exhale, hinge at the hips. We're folding forward, leading with our heart. Bend your knees if you need to so your hands can find the block of the mats. Head hangs heavy. Inhale, come up to a half lift. Chair students, you can place your hands on your thighs if you like. Exhale, fold it back in. Tuck your chin to your chest and come up one vertebrae at a time. Hands can be on the thighs for chair students. And find your mountain pose. Notice what you're feeling as we've gone up and down. Notice the energy moving around. And we're going to do camel again, but it'll be standing for the mat students. So you can face forward if you want. Yeah. Once again, we're going to place that right hand like we're placing it in our back pocket. Rotate that left. Did I say right? I meant left. Place that left hand in your back pocket. Left shoulder, open and back. Now you know why we did all that shoulder joint work in the beginning. And we're pointing our elbow back. Now our arm hangs down. This time for mat students, we're pushing into the mat with all four sides of our feet. We're lifting up through the legs, pushing with the thighs and the hips forward. The curve, the back bend is in the thoracic cervical part. So we're going to inhale, that right arm goes out and up. Heart and chest go forward and up. As you exhale, maybe you look up, being mindful of the neck. Just have that little back bend. Wherever you are, look forward. And we're going to bring that right arm down and we're going to place it in our back pocket. Release the left arm. Roll that right joint, shoulder joint back. Elbow points toward the back of the mat and the chair. And we're going to inhale. That left arm goes out and up. Mat students, you're pushing into the mat, forward with the hips and the thighs. The back bends in the thoracic part. Maybe you look up with your exhale. Notice what you're feeling. And gently look forward and start to bring that left arm down. Place your left hand in your back pocket. This time, both hands are supporting the lower back again. Rotate shoulders open and back. Elbows pointing toward the back of the mat and the back of the chair. And once again, mat students, push into the mat with all four sides of your feet. Lift up through your legs, thighs and hips go forward. We're going to inhale, heart and chest go forward. Maybe you notice the shoulder blades coming together in the back. As you exhale, maybe you can look up. Notice what you're feeling. Gently start to look forward. Bring the hands to the front of the thighs, the hips, and we're going to slowly bring the hands down the legs, gently and slowly rounding the spine. Tuck your chin to your chest and come up slowly, one vertebrae at a time. taking care of our spine, moving slowly and gently. And we'll let those arms go and hands go down the front of the legs again one more time. Just slowly round your spine, round the shoulders, tuck your chin to your chest, and start to come up slowly, one vertebrae at a time, feeling, feeling, feeling each vertebrae. Find your mountain pose, arms hang long, chin is parallel to the ground. Yeah, and we're going to stand and do a balance if you would like to. We're going to be on the right side of our chair. And okay, we're going to put all the weight into the left foot. We're going to find our one spot to concentrate on first. Come up onto the ball of the right foot. Turn that right knee toward the right. Now you can hold on to the chair, you can finger touch, or just have it there as your comfort, because we're going to place the right heel on top of the left foot. And we're going to lift up through the legs, up through the spine, bring your hands to your heart. And we're going to keep this for a count of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Challenge is to close your eyes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open the eyes, release the hands, release the foot, soften that knee, roll out your ankle if you need to. We're going to do one more on this side. So we're going to put all the weight into the left foot. Find your one spot you're going to concentrate on. Come up onto the ball of the right foot. Turn that right knee open. This time, the right heel is going to lean against the left ankle. Bring your hands to your heart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Challenge to close the eyes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open the eyes, release the foot, soften the knee, roll out the ankle, and we'll try that on the other side. So all the weight goes in the right foot this time. Find your spot you're going to concentrate on. Come up onto the ball of the left foot. Turn the left knee open. Place the left foot on top of the right. Hands come to the heart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Challenge is to close the eyes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open the eyes, release the hands and the legs, and soften the knee. Roll out the ankle if you need to. And we're going to do the ankle part for this one. So we're going to put all the weight into the right foot. Find your spot you're going to concentrate on. Come up onto the ball of the left foot. Open the left knee. And we're going to place the left heel against the right ankle. Hands to the heart. Nice tall spine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Challenge, close the eyes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open the eyes, release the hands, soften the knee if you need to, roll out your ankle. And mat students, find your mountain pose. Inhale, your arms go out and up, palms come together above your head. Exhale, hinge at your hips. We're folding forward, bending your knees a lot. Come on down to your knees. Sit off to one side or the other. Oh, we're going to lower all the way down. you go. It's okay. You're going to lower all the way down slowly if you'd like. Remembering what we're grateful for. Many, many things. Okie dokie. We're going to do a little core work. So if you're on the mat, bend into the knees. Place your hands behind your head, but keep them parallel to the ground when we lift. And it's just the heart and head and shoulders that are going to be lifting. And chair students, you can bring your hands behind your head or you can have them on your thigh because we're just going to be tightening our abs, okay? So everybody take an inhale. And as you exhale, we're going to lift the head and shoulders. So chair students, just tighten those abs and release back down. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, lift the head and shoulders. And engage the abs. Release everything back down. We're going to take an inhale. Exhale. Lift your head and shoulders. Engage the abs. And lower everything down. Now we're going to be lifting our right leg and then our left leg. And we are too in the chair. If you'd like to hold on to the side and that works better, as long as you can engage your abs, you can do that. Otherwise, you can be up here. Choose what works for you. So I'll do it holding on to the chair. We're going to take an inhale. And as you exhale, lift the head and shoulders and the right foot off the mat. Lower everything down. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, lift the heart, head and shoulders, and the left foot. Lower everything down. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, lift the head and shoulders and the right foot. Engage those abs. Lower everything back down. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, lift the head and shoulders and the left. Engage the abs. Lower everything down. We're going to go on now to straightening our leg. Okay, right and left. So take an inhale. And as you exhale, lift the head and shoulders and straighten the right leg. Bring it all in and lower down. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, lift the head and shoulders and straighten the leg. Engage those abs. Bring it all in and lower it down. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, lift the head and shoulders and straighten the leg. Engage your abs. Bring it all in and down. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, lift the head and shoulders, straighten the legs, engage those abs. And we'll bring it all in, let it come down. And take a nice long stretch. Straighten the legs down the mat. Take a nice long stretch. You can reach the arms overhead, clasp the hands, flip the palms out. Maybe even stretch side to side. And we'll come up to center. Chair students, come back to a seated position. Bring your feet out to the outer edges of the mat. Mat students, bend into the knees. Feet go out to the outer edges of the mat. We're going to do moving meditation with a twist. So we're going to take an inhale. And as we exhale, our knees fall to the right. We're rolling on the edges of our feet. Knees fall to the right. Inhale, the knees come up to center. And as we exhale, we roll on the edges of our feet and our knees fall to the left. Inhale, come up to center. Exhale, roll on the edges of the feet, knees fall to the right. Inhale, knees come up to center. Exhale, roll on the edges of your feet, knees fall to the left. Inhale, knees come up to center. Exhale, roll on the edges of your feet, let your knees fall to the right and stay right here. Mat students, you can turn and look out over the left shoulder. And chair students, you can kind of twist to the left. A little bit of a twist. Everyone bring their face back to center. Inhale the knees up to center. And as you exhale, roll on the edges of your feet. Knees fall to the left. Mat students, turn and look out over the right shoulder. And chair students, a little twist to the right with the upper body, if that feels comfortable. Everyone bring their face back to center. Inhale the knees up to center. Mat students, bring your knees into your chest. Massage your low belly by going in circles, both directions. Chair students, we're going to do torso rolls, both directions. Do a couple in each direction. And we'll be setting up for our Shavasana. So if you are practicing on the mat, legs can be long down the mat, feet flop out to the sides. You can comfort the knees with a blanket if you'd like. And arms are long down the sides of your body, palms up for receiving. The head is heavy against the mat. Now, if you're practicing in the chair, if you're on the mat, also, you could bring the feet out to the outer edges. Let the knees knock together. Takes out the pressure in the low back. Make the choice that is most comfortable for you today. Now, if you're practicing in the chair, you can sit back comfortably. You can take one of those pillows that you use on an airplane, or if you've got a blanket handy, you can roll it up, bring it around your neck, hold on to it like this, and comfort your neck. Now our breathing. We're going to take a deep inhale through the nose right now. Exhale out the mouth. What am I grateful for? Take an inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Think of something you're grateful for. One last time. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. What are you grateful for? And now there'll be no control of the breath. Let your body breathe as it naturally likes to breathe. No more doing, no more trying. Your opportunity to do 100% nothing. Welcome to Shavasana. Keeping the eyes closed, bring a deeper breath back into your body. Keeping the eyes closed, bring a little movement into the fingers and the toes. Maybe move the wrists and the ankles. Come back to center. Move the head side to side like we did in the beginning of class. Noticing if you've collected tension from your practice or if you've released tension. Just notice. Come back to center. Bring the hands together in front of the heart if you wish. Yogi's choice. My invitation for you today is to notice how you're feeling right now. Do you feel different than you did before class started? Notice how you feel. And if it's more peaceful, more tension-free, more stressless, memorize it. Memorize it and take it with you. Take it with you as you go about the rest of your day, the rest of your week. And remember it. If anything or anyone tries to disturb this peaceful feeling, see if you can allow yourself to think back to yoga class, to where our breath can help us learn to respond rather than react, which can be life-changing, which can lead us to peace. So my invitation, or Livy and I, our invitation, our wish for you, is that you allow your breath to guide you back to peace. This world needs more peaceful people. From our hearts to yours, until we meet again, namaste.